For 7 months, no one knew where Susana Morales was. Then, investigators searched a wooded area near her apartment complex, and what they found didn't just end a search. Susana Morales was 16 years old, and in 2022, she vanished while walking home in Norcross, Georgia. She never made it inside. Before she disappeared, Susana lived an ordinary life. She was a teenager in an apartment community outside Atlanta, the kind of place where residents knew each other's faces, if not their names. That familiarity matters, because the person who would take her wasn't a stranger who slipped in from outside. He worked there. Miles Bryant was a courtesy officer at the complex, a resident given reduced rent in exchange for a visible security presence. He was also a sworn police officer elsewhere. The person tasked with making residents feel safe was the person who made one of them disappear. Then, on the day she vanished, Susana was walking home, a short distance, a route she'd likely walked before without incident. She never arrived. For months, investigators didn't have those answers. After that, the case moved the way too many underreported disappearances do. A missing persons report, a community on edge, and a search area that kept expanding without answers. If a case like this deserves more attention than it got the first time around, that's exactly why this channel exists. This case wasn't solved with a confession, it was solved with data. Investigators built their case through digital forensics, device activity, movement data, digital footprints that don't lie even when people do. Data mattered. It mattered enough to eventually point directly at Bryant. 7 months after Susana vanished, her remains were found in a wooded area. Near her body, investigators recovered a handgun. One piece of circumstantial evidence started a chain investigators couldn't ignore: digital forensics, his access, and the trust his position gave him. Then it went to trial, and the conviction came back: guilty of kidnapping and murder. Miles Bryant was sentenced to life in prison without parole. Was he ever a suspect before the forensics caught up to him? Or did the badge, the courtesy title, the assumed trustworthiness buy him time the case never should have given him? It was a trusted authority case. A man given a badge and a discount on rent used both to get close enough to a 16-year-old girl. Susana's case ended in a conviction. Please share Susana's story. Her case was solved. Too many aren't, because they don't get the attention hers eventually did.